Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how to make a chickpea scramble or chickpea eggs. The first thing I'm going to do is get a cast iron nice and oiled. I've got the stove on, that way the oil can kind of heat up and actually get, like actually make this pot into a non-stick. Because when you're working with chickpea flour, once it has like water mixed into it, it's gonna be wet, and if this is not oiled up properly, it'll just stick and it won't come out how you want it to come out. Okay, so this is the chickpea flour that I'm gonna be using, all right? And I'm just gonna use like just a little over a cup. I think this is like a cup and a third is what I got in here, because I used the third cup, so. Yeah, and I think you can get this at the store for like $3.29. You could probably find it maybe even for like $2.50 in some places, at most maybe $4. You should be able to find it almost anywhere in their like baking aisle. So to this, I'm gonna add just a little bit of onion powder, black pepper, who doesn't like black pepper on their eggs, and then black salt. So black salt is what's going to give it that like egg taste, I mean, you want to take a smell, it smells just like this. It just smells just like eggs. It's crazy. And then I'm gonna throw like a little bit of dill weed in there too. Couldn't really tell you why, but I just like a little bit of green inside there. All right, so I got my seasonings inside here. I'm gonna get this nice and mixed in, and then we're gonna make like a hole in the middle. All right, when you're working with chickpea flour, you want to add the water to the flour. Chickpea flour will clump up very easily, and we do not want clumps. Yes, it's a lot easier if you mix things with a whisk, but in the event that you do not have a whisk, I'm going to show you how to do this shit with a spoon, because I don't even have a whisk on hand here either. So I'm going to add the water just a little bit at a time, and I'm just going to mix it in the center, just like this. And just add in the flour just a little bit at a time. And you see how it starts to thicken up like that. Once it gets right here, then I'm gonna add more water and just go a little bit at a time until I get the consistency that I'm looking for. And you will see what that looks like in just a bit. The thing is, you just want to work with it just a little bit at a time. Just a little bit at a time. That way everything is getting mixed in. Yeah, man. So when you making these chickpea eggs, I know people like to use tofu. If you have a soy allergy, you're not going to like using tofu for, the egg or scramble, however you want to call it. To be honest with you, people only use turmeric for color. And what's another seasoning people like to use? Oh, people like to use nutritional yeast. You don't need nutritional yeast. You don't need nutritional yeast at all. And then once again, people that have, a yeast allergy, you don't want to deal with the stomach issues and the gastrointestinal problems that come with consuming those things. So chickpea flour, black salt, black pepper, onion powder is all you need. All you need to make a chickpea scramble. So that's still just a little too thick. that's still just a little too thick, so I'm gonna add just a little bit more water. And I don't really have the water measured out. I'm just going to pour it in until I get what resembles the same consistency as, you know, eggs, or like yeah, if you was to like mix eggs together in a bowl with maybe like some milk or something, where it's kind of thick, you know, it flows a little bit though. Maybe a tad bit more water. And then from here, we're gonna get this stuff on the stove, all right? All right, so I'm gonna take these. Now I got the pot nice and warmed up. I just got it on like a medium heat, and I'm just gonna take it all and just pour it right inside there. I'm not gonna use all of it because I wanna show y'all one other thing. And then we're just gonna let this sit until it starts to, it'll like bubble a little bit. You'll see what I'm talking about when it gets there. But yeah, we're just gonna pour this inside the pan, and then we're just going to let it sit, all right? All right, so you see it's starting to bubble. Now I'm gonna take a spatula, a stainless steel spatula, something that can actually get up under it, okay? And I'm going to just like that, all right? I know it looks crazy, but just stick with me, okay? We're gonna do it just like this. I'm gonna start flipping it over. It's a little more difficult because I just got one hand, but you get the gist of it, right? And then we're gonna cut through it just like this, right? Alright, you see how it's a little bit drier now, so just keep cutting through it, keep mixing it around. So it will get to be a little bit tedious, but it's only because the chickpea flour, it's gonna like to stick to itself. Ooh, it's gonna like it's gonna like to stick to itself just because I'm doing all this with one hand. Check it out. Let me grab a spoon now. All right, so now at this point it's basically done. So you see, all right. The longer you cook it, it'll really just start to break apart and turn into crumbs. And when it comes to like a scramble, you still want large enough pieces for it to be recognized, all right? All right, peep this out. I got it all cleaned off, and I'm gonna take a mason jar lid, and I'm going to pour some of that same mix. I'm gonna pour it right inside there. And probably that's all I need right there. If y'all are into breakfast sandwiches, you know, your little McDonald's, McGriddles and shit like that, this is going to be the way that you want to make the egg, and it'll be perfect for your sandwich. So like I said, just pour that inside of the mason jar and then let that cook for a little bit. Once it starts to bubble, we're going to take the mason jar off, flip it over, and then let it cook on the other side, all right? Before I forget, another thing I'll do is I'll like toss some water around it. And you can cover it like here too as well, because this will enact like steaming a poached egg basically, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, don't forget to do that as well. All right, so you see that I got it out. You basically want to get it out with like a spoon, get it out of the mason jar with a spoon and like push it out. And then, yeah, we're just going to flip that over, let the other side cook for a little bit. And this is all you need to do for like your egg sandwich. There you have it. Okay, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about these eggs, well, scramble. So, of course they don't taste exactly like eggs, but that's because chickpea flour and eggs are two different things, so they're not going to taste the same way. But as you can see, they're very similar to them. If you're the kind of person like me, when I would eat eggs, I would kind of like when they would like crust up a little bit in the pan. This does the exact same thing. Got a couple pieces right here. Does the exact same thing. They brown, you know, the way an egg would in a pan. Not just a breakfast item. If you like an egg fried rice or just a stir fry in general that has eggs that go alongside of it, this is perfect for these. When you add a sauce to these, they won't, like, the consistency will stay the same. The texture will stay the same. So it's okay to pour a sauce over top of these. It won't start to, like, you know, melt and meld into each other and just all become mush in one thing. Back to the sandwiches, I got some oat flour pancakes right here. Yeah, man, like a cute little sandwich, egg sandwich. I know this ain't much, but like little egg sandwich, like who doesn't love a good breakfast sandwich? You know, something quick in the morning. You can just get up out the door or package these up for your kids, package them up for throughout the week. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you know, there you have it. Some chickpea scramble as well as a mock poached egg made with some lovely chickpea flour.